All right, the next World Cup is just, what, a day or two away, I think, right? But they've already booked the 2026 World Cup. It's coming to North America. You got to book these things in advance, but there's a different spin to it. Connell McShane is here. It's not just one country, right?
3 of them.
Wow.
You know, by the way, I just want to say up front, when you and I speak soccer and the history as a judge, it's just been magical.
It's a bonding moment.
I do want to say that Fox, through Fox Sports, has the rights to broadcast the next 3 World Cups, which would include this one. I just want you to know that.
That's very good to know.
Yeah.
My interest has gone up exponentially.
I thought it might. So U.S., Canada, Mexico. First time 3 countries have bid and been accepted to host a World Cup, which is a big deal. The competition, funny enough, was actually Morocco. And they beat out Morocco by a vote of 134 to 65. It's actually an interesting story.
Now, Morocco had to be among the 65 there, but had 64 friends.
China went with them.
Really? After all we've been
After all this.
Wow.
You know who voted for us, by the way? Russia was hosting this. Russia voted for this one. So it's actually, if you take out the sports, which is hard to do, it's actually a better story following money and politics. It has a lot to do with money, first of all, because what the United States, Canada, and Mexico did is they basically went to FIFA, as the governing body of soccer, and they said, we can make you a ton of money, like revenue of $14 billion, profit of $11 billion, which is way ahead of Morocco, because we have stadiums here. And they gave them 23 stadiums in the 3 countries, mostly in the U.S., that are already built. So nobody has to come in and build stadiums. You have, like MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, which I think will probably end up hosting the final, they're saying. But, the Rose Bowl out in Pasadena. You have stadiums, Dallas.
Wait a minute, you're telling me New Jersey will host the
I think
final?
that's the way they're going. Last time in '94, I think it was the Rose Bowl, but I think they're going to go to New Jersey. You going to go?
Well, I'm a New Jersey resident. I've never been so proud.
Oh, yeah, get a little scarf and the whole thing.
Hey, come on.
Maybe they'll actually make it in the U.S. So it is a big U.S. event. I mean, I know it's 3 countries, but it's 80 games total. 60 are in the U.S., 10 in each of the other countries. So the money
how do those other countries feel about that?
Did
they split it 3 ways? Or?
Yeah, the U.S. spent more money on it. The U.S. Soccer Federation spent more money. They're happy to be involved. Mexico's hosted the World Cup twice before. U.S. has hosted it once. Canada's never even qualified or hosted, although they did host a Women's World Cup in 2015. So it could be big for soccer in Canada. And the political story, of course, is just, look at these 3 countries. We're renegotiating NAFTA. President Trump doesn't seem to get along with the leader of either Canada or Mexico, and here they are working together. The president's actually been very supportive of it. He tweeted this morning saying that he was happy that they ended up winning, and he was supportive of the bid because some serious questions did come up, or at least were brought up on the periphery of all this, about the president's immigration policies and whether or not that would have an effect on players coming in, on fans coming in, and the president was up, and the administration were up front from the beginning saying, no, that's not going to be a problem. Everybody can come in and watch the World Cup. So that was maybe one of the final hurdles they had to clear. So it's on its way here. I mean, this is U.S. soccer needed some good news because they didn't even qualify for this most recent World Cup, which was a huge embarrassment for the federation to not even get in. So now they have one to play.
Does that affect ratings and viewers? Certainly in this country, it would, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's a big deal for Fox. I mean, that was a big deal. Fox Sports got in. ESPN had the last World Cup, and they spent hundreds of millions of dollars in these 3 World Cups. Russia this year, Qatar in 2022, and now this one in North America. So you would think the executives of Fox Sports would be very happy to get this victory, knowing that presumably the U.S., although they might have to qualify because it's 3 countries. Usually the host country gets in automatically, but presuming that the U.S. gets back on its feet and gets back into this World Cup, it would be big because, we'll see. There's still a lot of excitement about the World Cup this year. You have huge stars, and Messi and Ronaldo, on and on. But not having the U.S. in it, it most likely, the experts will tell you, will have an effect on the ratings in the preliminary rounds at least. So
who's the favorite in this one? Germany?
I think Brazil right now is the favorite to win the whole thing.
Oh, really?
They have Neymar. You know Neymar.
Oh, sure. Who doesn't?
Neil and Neymar. He's like you. He goes by one name.
Well, but not Germany. Isn't Germany the reigning champ?
They want it. Oh, very good. Look at you.
Well, I looked at my Neil. Germany is the reigning champ.
Yeah, so they're always strong. Germany's always strong. But I think the betting favorites.
As are you. I can't carry you during these segments, though. I mean,
you do your best.
Yeah, I do my best. Is right. Anytime you want to know about municipal bonds.
I know.
One hand washes the other. Thank you, my friend. Connell McShane is Ireland, by the way, in this one.
Why?
It's a sore point. I'm sorry.
Italy, Ireland, United States, all 3 didn't make it.
Why bother? Okay. Thank you, my friend.